Hi everyone, welcome back to MommyTalkShow.com. I'm Joyce Brewer, the creator and host of Mommy Talk Show. We're shooting this series of webisodes at Green Mosaics, an eco-friendly lifestyle store in downtown Decatur. Now, if you want to learn more about Green Mosaics, you can go to the website, greenmosaicsco.com. There's an online store as well, so even if you're not here in Atlanta and there are some eco-friendly or organic products that you'd like to look at, you can buy them through the online store, add them to your shopping cart, and they will be shipped to you. In this webisode, we're going to talk about breastfeeding, the best advice you've ever gotten or given, or maybe even the worst advice. So I'm going to talk about from my personal perspective because AJ's 19 months old and I'm still trying to wean him unsuccessfully. But I would say the best breastfeeding advice that I've gotten was really to just surround myself with other moms who were breastfeeding and to share advice and share tips, as well as using the expertise of a lactation consultant, whether it's through your hospital where you delivered, through your doula or someone else, because as natural as breastfeeding is, it doesn't always come naturally. There are issues that arise, there's uncomfortability, it's just not a smooth sailing thing all the time. So don't feel alone if you are a breastfeeding mom. Just wanted to share that bit of advice for you. And especially, Ashley, I know you said you tried to breastfeed and it didn't work out for you. So What was some of the best or worst advice that you got while you were trying to breastfeed your boys?
Well, actually, I assumed that I just would breastfeed. I didn't really buy formula or bottles or anything, and I just assumed that I would. And when it didn't really work out, I was kind of like, okay, Mom, you have to go buy bottles for me. But, and I did. I really beat myself up over it with my first son. And then with my second, I went into it thinking, I'll try it again. But if not, I will just, formula's fine. And that's what I did, and it didn't work out the second time either. And both the boys are fine. So my best advice, I guess, would be just to try it and try your best. And if it doesn't work out, then it'll be fine.
Okay. And Natalie, you deal with a lot of babies, newborn care, overnight care. What's the advice that you give to moms when you're caring for their little ones and they may be stressed out about breastfeeding?
I get that a lot. And really the only thing that I ever tell them is just to relax. Just to relax. It will happen if it's going to happen, and if it doesn't, it's okay. I've had a lot of moms say that, they had friends that, were down on them for not breastfeeding, and they were just really mean to them for not being able to or just not wanting to. So I always tell them just to relax and just go with whatever happens.
And go with the baby's flow.
Right.
What's the best or worst breastfeeding advice that you've gotten or given someone?
You need to stop now. No, seriously, my daughter breastfed a lot for a very long time. And I think for me, the best advice was not to limit it, to just, when she cries, go ahead and breastfeed her. And as it turned out, my daughter actually has some physiological and chemical aspects in her brain that made it very, very hard for her to soothe herself. She didn't learn to self-soothe till she was 3, and so very recently. And it was she breastfed nonstop when she was an infant, and that was okay. And it was not easy, but it was okay. And just to not ever count it or limit it or even think about how much she was doing it, because if I had, I would have freaked out. But
so again, relax, take it easy.
Yes, exactly.
Give yourself a break, go easy on yourself.
And use a sling.
Use a sling, use a Moby wrap like they sell here at Green Mosaics. Well, thanks so much for joining us again. I'm Joyce Brewer. You're watching MommyTalkShow.com.